What's going on, fellas? Welcome back. Today I want to give you guys the best tips that I've used over the years to build my chest. So I was always somebody who had a very flat chest and I wasn't able to grow it the way that I wanted to. I wanted that 3D look in my chest, a big rounded chest, but I was never able to achieve that until I finally put the right systems in place and I started training my chest correctly. So, to start off, number one, the way you're pressing will determine how much of your chest is involved, right? Are you pressing like this with your shoulders, or are you pressing like this with your chest? And you could see the difference just like this, right? So, number one, incorrect, right? My chest is flat. At the end, no chest involvement. Rather, number two, all chest, right? My chest is out and it's contracting. Rather than here, I lose all the tension in my chest, right? So you want to make sure your chest is always past your shoulders at all times when you're training it. And a good way to kind of calibrate yourself when you're training your chest is to put your finger on your chest. And then when you press up, your finger should always be in contact with your chest. On the way down, always in contact. But if you were doing it incorrectly, your finger would be in front of your chest, right? And it wouldn't be in contact. But rather, if my chest is up, it stays in contact with my chest, right? Hopefully that makes sense. And then another tip that I'll give you guys is pre-exhaust your chest. Very, very, very important. The reason that you want to pre-exhaust your chest is because a lot of the times you're going to have your shoulders take over in the movements or your triceps take over in the movements. And of course, we don't want that. We want our chest to carry the majority of the load and as much of the load as possible throughout any chest exercise. So, what exactly is pre exhaustion? Essentially, it's waking up the muscle that you're planning to train before going into your main movement. So, with chest, what I would do to pre exhaust the muscle is I would go over to a chest fly machine as my first exercise of the day. And with this, you're not going to failure and you're not moving heavy weight. You're just waking up your chest. You're pumping blood into the muscle and you're telling it that it's time to train and getting it activated, right? And then when you move on to whatever your first exercise is going to be for your chest, let's say it's a compound lift, for example, you're going to feel every single rep that you're doing. You're going to feel a deeper stretch and you're going to feel a way better contraction. And that means, of course, you're utilizing more of the muscle, and in turn, you're breaking it down more, and in turn, you're going to gain more muscle. So, tip number three, how do you structure your chest day exactly? So, what I would do is first start with the pre exhaustion, and then I would move on to a compound lift. Compound lifts are going to be your bread and butter when it comes to building real mass on really any muscle. So, first off, what I would do is head over to something like a plate loaded chest press or a dumbbell press, a bench press, anything where you're able to load quite a bit of weight onto the bar or onto the machine. The benefit of these types of exercises is that you're able to move a lot more weight with a dumbbell press or a chest press than you are with just a fly, right? So this is your opportunity to really allow the muscle to move a lot of weight in the beginning of your session and really hammer down the muscle in the beginning. This way, once you move on to your isolations, you could focus more on detail work. You could focus more on angles and shaping it, right? Now, how many sets would I do personally? I would always at least do 3 working sets. And when I say working sets, I mean working sets, right? You're really pushing yourself to your limit on every single set. And you're pushing weight that you're struggling around the 8th to ninth rep. Now, when it comes to the amount of reps, if you guys have watched my videos in the past, you'll know that I'm a huge advocate for taking your body to failure because that is where the real growth happens. When you're pushing your body past its current capacity, that's when you're forcing growth, and that's where you're forcing your body to adapt. So whether you're forcing adaptation through heavier weight or you're forcing adaptation through more reps than your body can handle, that's where, like I said, the growth is going to happen. So 3 sets, minimum 3 working sets of weight that you get uncomfortable with around 8 to 9 reps, and make sure that you're always going to failure. Now, second exercise that I would do for chest is an isolation. So this is where you're detailing the muscle. So I would move on to something like a cable fly or a seated fly, dumbbell fly, anything like this This is where you can really tailor your workout towards specific areas of your chest rather than just building mass everywhere. Anytime you're doing isolations, it's kind of your opportunity to sculpt the muscle, right? So it's your job to decide which part of your chest is lacking. Is it your lower chest, the scoop of your chest? Is it your upper chest? And then that's where you would decide which isolation movement you would do. If it's your upper chest that's lagging, you can do a high cable fly, coming all the way across, getting a good isolation in your upper chest. Or if it's your lower chest, you want more of that scoop, you could grab a cable and scoop up like this and really work that outer part of your chest, right? So decide which part needs work and focus on that with your isolations. Now, to finish off all of my chest days recently, and this is where I've seen the biggest growth from, it is half rep push-ups. This has been an absolute game changer for me when it comes to building the fullness of my chest, building the roundness of my chest, and just overall more presence in my chest. Half rep push-ups are pretty much you just doing the bottom portion of the push-up. So your chest is against the ground, you go up to where your arm is 90 degrees, and then you would pump out push-ups from there. Now, the wider you go, the more stretch you're gonna get in your chest. So as long as your shoulders are healthy, you can go pretty wide with this. But what I would recommend is having maybe 2 sets of wide grip and then 2 sets of closer grip. Just make sure you're focusing on your chest when you're doing it and you're not bringing your triceps in too much with the close grip ones. But variation never hurts, even when it comes to the flies. If you want to do 2 sets from here, 2 sets from above, or whatever it is, you know, having variation, especially with a muscle like your chest, is going to be very beneficial for you. I'm telling you guys, this system that I've been doing for a while has been an absolute game changer for me. And I'm very excited about it. And I was excited to share it because I'm somebody, like I said, who always had trouble growing my chest. And I always thought that I had some sort of genetic deficiency when it came to my chest. But realistically, my systems that were in place just weren't adequate enough to see growth. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this and learned something today. If you did, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'd be happy to have you here. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.